Everybody, welcome to Sioux Falls. It's the SFL matchup between the Sioux Falls Sparrows and the London Knights. London comes in off a fresh win last week versus the Las Vegas Fury, but your Sioux Falls Sparrows came up short just by 10 points to the Baltimore Vultures. Hey everybody, my name is Damon Simeon. I'm your play-by-play commentator today, and alongside me is my main man and my good partner, Eddie Gage. Eddie, how you doing, baby?
I've been better, but hey, man, life goes on. There's no quitting this team. But SFL Nation, sit along with me, man. What up, though? We got an interesting matchup between London and Sioux Falls. Both teams trying to better secure a playoff spot. And what better day than to start on that mission than today? We got two teams, battling out, had some ups and downs, but they had a great week of solid game planning. I reached out to London. They told me, yo, the game plan is simple. Try to limit the production of GP Wells, and we should be just fine as long as we eliminate the turnovers by Johnny Pickle, our quarterback. Sioux Falls, I reached out for them for comment. They said thanks but no thanks, closed the door in my face because they didn't want any info getting leaked out. So we'll see just what that game plan is. Stay tuned.
No info getting leaked out. I love that one. Hey, everybody, welcome to the SFL here live on YouTube, presented by APM Music. And it looks like I couldn't see who won the toss there. I was talking and looking at another screen. Sorry about that. But hey, Eddie, you and I, man, we're pretty good friends. We've been knowing each other, man, say 8 years now?
Longer than that. Come on, man. I've been in Arizona 7, so it's been about 10.
It's been about 10? Man,
yeah.
It's been forever. Glad to be in the booth with you. Sioux Falls will receive the ball first. Black lid, black shirt, black pants, and black shoes. Talk about a blackout. And London is having a whiteout. Everything is white and gold for them tonight.
Yeah, it is two contrasting styles with their uniforms. So we'll see how this shakes out today. But I'm looking forward to see this offense versus the Sioux Falls defense.
LJ Levy was on a return out to the 27-yard line. Now comes Julian Tyree. We'll get to the offensive players here. There's an out route down to the side of the field there. Number 84 comes up with their reception. Is Al Delapre Sr.
Flip spread, 50x spot, and London actually played it pretty good, but the corner allowed the outside leverage to get in front of them and unable to make a play on the ball.
Julian Tyree is the quarterback. GP Wells the halfback. Fullback is Charlemagne Cornelius. Receivers, AJ Warren, No Tarazi, Al Delapre Sr., we just mentioned, and Kay Marin. She has been on fire. Here's GP Wells, open hole, spin move, picks up the first down before it's being tackled and brought down by Rain Rie.
Yeah, and GP Wells has been getting a lot of action coming into this game, into this week, leading the SFL in catches, and that's for a tailback. So we'll see how that translates today.
One thing about Queen City is they love to get their halfback in the passing game. They were once called Swing City. Here is Tyree. Got him in, crosses into the field, picks up the first down, and that is to the tight end, Caesar Ackerman.
Caesar Ackerman, a rookie out of the minors this past season, and interesting character. I saw his interview with Ashley Jackson, and let's just say Arizona had a talk with him, but he decided to sign with Sioux Falls, and we'll see how his career shakes out. So far, got off to a slow start.
Caesar Ackerman is the tight end, and also Moose Mitchell is the left guard for this Sioux Falls offense. Here's Wells. Wells picks up another first down on that swing route.
GP Wells, they get involved early and often so far tomorrow.
Absolutely. This young man is a sight to see when he's on his A game. I formation. Jumbo package. Here's Wells up the middle. Nothing doing. Picks up 1 yard before being tackled by a host of Knights. You got 59 on the tackle, along with 69, and that is the defensive end, Slim Lane, and William Davidson.
William Davidson.
Sorry, Selwyn Lane. My apologies.
A lot of people don't know that William Davidson is actually the owner also of this London team.
Wow. That's
You
why I
didn't
have
know
me
that
in
either?
the cookie jar. I didn't know that, and I'm an owner myself. Here's a pass across the middle. That pass is complete.
Just over the outstretched hands of the defense. London comes out in a nickel cover 12 defense, and they actually had it played up pretty good, but somehow the linebacker allowed the pass to get behind him before he could react to it.
On the reception. We'll get to the defense here for London in just a moment. They come out in a 4-3. Here's a single back ace formation. Sidearm throw by Tyree. That pass is incomplete. Deflected by Jack Russell.
You get a good shot here on the replay. He actually had his body kind of turned sideways. Otherwise, perhaps he can make a play on that ball and pick that ball off.
Actually, that was Scarborough. Here's the defensive players for the London Knights. Selwyn Lane is the defensive end, along with Chad Rowland. Defensive tackles, William Davison and Cam Crosby. Linebackers, Jeff Gagne, Tony Roberto, Tally Mac Scarborough. And here are your corners. Tanner Hendricks, Brandon Ewing, Emmanuel Blackman, and your safeties are Anthony Wayo, Jack Russell, and Rain Rie, along with JT Dulaney is the kicker. There's a pass almost intercepted by Tanner Hendricks. Got his paws on it, but just couldn't grab it.
And that's a great play by Tanner Hendricks. As the receiver had a two-way go, his safety, Anthony Wayo, actually came down in the box, which left Tanner one-on-one, where the receiver can go either towards the outside or the inside. Tanner makes a great play.
The crazy thing, Ed, is that you're so great at watching everything on the defensive side of the ball. That's one reason why I love broadcasting with you, because you just have an eye for what's happening on the field. Here's Tyree. Big pass down the middle of the field. That pass is caught at the 5.
In that time, speaking of recognizing defenses, Anthony Wayo lines up in the box, which leaves the strong safety, Jack Russell, single safety high. That's a lot of field for him to cover, unable to do so on that play.
And Eddie, that's one of your favorite receivers, K. Marion, coming with that reception. Big play for the Sparrows and a nice throw from Tyree.
Oh, I love K. Marion. Big physical receiver, 6'6", 222 pounds. Anytime we played him last season, he's the first person we got the spot on the field.
Absolutely. Single back formation here. Here's Tyree going to be swing pass. Dump it off to Wells. Wells going to be hitting the backfield for a loss of 3. On that tackle is Emmanuel Blackman.
And I apologize. Kay is a female. I'm sorry, Kay. I should know that as much as I played you last season.
Here's Tyree. Shotgun. Split. Slot pair. You got Marion in the slot. Going across the middle. Out route. That pass is complete. And it's to Noe Terrazas. Touchdown. First of the game for Julian Tyree.
As the cornerback for London got caught peeking inside Brandon Ewing, the ball went right past him, and he's supposed to be out there outside the hash marks, but for whatever reason, tips inside. You can see right there in the replays, unable to get back over in time. Touchdown, Sioux Falls.
You got to give credit to Tyree. Standing there in the pocket, got a little pressure from the right side, didn't flinch, stepped up, completion, touchdown.
This is a game of inches, and Chad Rowland is in the SFL YouTube chat saying, wow, he was right there for the sack and just missed it.
Oh, there's a block!
Blocked
Field goal attempt. And that was from defensive tackle, the backup defensive tackle, Lewis Burke. Talk about saying it with your chest. The ball hit him right in his chest, Eddie.
And if you're a Sioux Falls fan, you're hoping that doesn't come back to bite them, because we've seen all too many times extra point makes or misses comes back to be the difference in a game. I asked Mexico City about it last season in the playoffs versus Baltimore.
You're absolutely right, man. Small things like that does matter. Here is London on the return, down to the 26. That drive from Sioux Falls took 11 plays, 73 yards. London's offense comes onto the field now. Johnny Pickler is the quarterback. Halfback is Robert Merrill. Your right receivers are Mike St. Green, Vin Callia, and Fox Highwan. 2 tight ends on this team, Benji Madsen, Tiberius Bovine, along with tackles, left tackle Piran Abrari, Anthony Anderson is the right tackle. Here is Pickler, 5-step drop. Big pass. That pass is going to be deflected away by A.J. Levy.
A.J. Levy is a veteran of this league. Sioux Falls went single safety high that time, and Johnny thought he could fit it over the defense, but the safety, A.J., did a great job of getting back in coverage and making a play on the ball.
Here's the Sparrows defensive end. Biff Macro, James Kelly. Defensive tackles is Corey Dobbins, Ray West. Linebackers, Jason Strongbow, Nick Fargo, Derek Williams. We'll get to the corners and safeties right after this play. 4-3 is the defense. 5-step drop here by Pickler. Dumps it off to his halfback, Harrell. Harrell take a big shot at the 30.
Robert Merrill runs and catches passes like a receiver because he's a former receiver, Damon. And he caught that pass in stride. Great pass by Johnny to lead him out in front for a pickup of 5 yards.
John Barnett was on the tackle, one of the corners. Ernest McCray Sr. is another, and Nathan Barnett along with Terrell Davis. There's a pass crossing the field, and that pass is caught. I want to say is that Tiberius Bovine. Can't really see the number. Oh, that's Fox Highwind.
Yeah, that's Fox Highwind.
Jay Ringold is a safety along with A.J. Levy. I think that pass was intended for Bovine.
It looked like it on the replay.
He come flying in like Superman. There's a look at Fargo. Outstanding inside linebacker here for this Sparrows defense. 4 wide receivers on the field. Looks like a tight bunch. 5-step drop here by Pickler. Out route to the top of the field. That pass is caught by Bovine. Bovine puts a shoulder down and runs the guy over. And that is Nathan Barnett who forces him out of bounds.
And that was actually a base bunch in which they kept the fullback out, lined up out wide, and Sioux Falls comes out with a 4-3 defense. Actually had the right defensive call, cover 3 weak, but unfortunately for them, the safety was lined up too far over to make a play.
Good eye there, Eddie, because I did miss it. I didn't see the fullback. Here is Pickler. Mike St. Green to the top of the field. 90-yard slants. That pass is caught by Vin Callier.
90-yard slants. London makes a living out of that formation, and Johnny probably has about half of his yards off that 90-yard slants play.
Trust me, I know about it. They put up 700 yards on us.
Was it 700 yards?
700. Not 100. 100.
100. Replay.
Here's Pickler. Dumps it off to Merrill. Merrill spin move. They're going to go ahead and decline that.
I think they're going to
take the first down out the play.
That's a game of about 4 yards or 3.5, maybe 4, and a penalty give them 5 yards. I think they're going to take that penalty.
Think so?
And they do.
They do accept. Wow. Good call there, Eddie. I thought they would have just took the first down. Well, it was already a first down. Go ahead and take the 5 yards given.
Yeah.
I see that. Okay.
4 passing yards versus 5 of a penalty. That's an acceptance all day long.
Absolutely. Weak-eyed jokers. Nice catch by Bovine. Turning around. No, that's not Bovine. That is the fullback. No, my apologies. That is tight end. That's Benji Madsen.
Yeah, the backup fullback.
I saw 40. I thought about Mike Allstott. Just thought about a fullback. This is a nice drive here by London. 4 wide receiver set. Looks like Vin Callier to the bottom. St. Green to the top. Looks like Fox Highwind is down here toward the bottom as well. 90-yard slant. And that pass is caught and complete. And that's going to be to a backup wide receiver. And that's Rocco McLovin.
Rocco McLovin, he's anytime you get the ball thrown towards your backup receivers, you just hope and pray they catch it. He did his job getting open. He did a better job catching it.
They come out in the weak-eyed jokers again. Normally teams love to run the weak stretch out of this formation. Oh, nice block by the fullback. Oh, that pass could have been picked off and taken to the house by 34 Terrell Davis, but he dropped it. No one was in his vicinity.
Yeah, and that would have been a pick 6 for sure, as long as he has the stamina to get there.
Stamina to get there, you're right. 3rd and 2 for London, Gage. They're at Sioux Falls 9. What you draw up here?
Well, they're coming out. Looks like doubles.
Box.
Yeah, look for 90-yard slants right here.
I would go weak dive, a strong dive. Takes 2-step drop, 90-yard slant. You called it. That pass is incomplete. Looks like it's going to be PI, Eddie Gage, on the defense.
It is, and I think that's a bad call because, you know, he's not interrupting the receiver. He's actually making a play on a football. The football is out in front of the receiver. Both men have a right to the ball. That's a terrible call. I
agree with you. They called it on Nick Fargo. That is the first penalty called on Sioux Falls today on the defensive side of the ball.
But don't tell Chad Rowland he's over there on the sideline screaming for pass interference. And he got it.
He's a PI. Here's London. Johnny Pickler at the 1-yard line of Sioux Falls. Looks like a 3-man defensive line front. No, it's 4. To bring 4, there's pressure. And that pass is tipped away. Looks like Fargo. No, it's 26. It's John Barnett.
And they actually came out in man defense against that strong tight end flex. I thought that was a touchdown as long as he had time to get the pass off. He did, but wow, he made a great play on the football.
And by the halfback staying in the backfield to block, the linebacker who was guarding him or his assignment came in on the blitz. Shotgun formations. Here's Pickler, 90-yard slants, no. Nice play there by the defense. A.J. Livy, the old veteran, man. He's been around for a long time. 13 seasons.
13 seasons and still making plays out here.
I've always said that A.J. Livy has always been one of my favorite user players. And it would tell you, when I saw him at the first SFL convention, he's told me this: if I'm your favorite user player, how come you didn't draft me in the season 6 expansion draft? I didn't know you then. Wish I would have. Here's a pass to Merrill, and he makes the catch at the 1-yard line, and he just crossed Hollywood Boulevard.
Robert Merrill on the swing pass collects his second receiving touchdown of the season, and this one's going to tie the ball game up against Sioux Falls.
Absolutely. 6-6 is the ball game. Extra point attempt. If it's good, London takes the lead. And here's JT Dulaney. I don't think I've seen a kicker stand 6'3". Maybe CC Sebastian. No, that's a pitcher. What was it, Sebastian that played for? Sebastian Janikowski, who played for the Raiders. He was pretty tall.
Yeah, he was. Big guy.
Pretty thick as well.
Yeah. He's about a biscuit short of being a linebacker.
With gravy. And there it is. The extra point attempt is good from Delaney. London does take the lead, jumps up by 1 point. If you're just now joining us, Sioux Falls had an extra point attempt that was blocked, which leads them at 6 from their touchdown that they gained. Here is A.J. Levy, tackled and brought down at the 25-yard line. If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategizes are being executed in real life time, by our simulations as real players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at www.simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan and fantasy. Here is Tyree. Dumps off. Ooh, Eddie. If that defender had his eye on the ball, that could have been trouble for Sioux Falls.
Cover too hard. And if that ball is out in front of GP Wells, London is going to be celebrating the end zone as he had a beat on it for sure.
And we have seen a few screens be taken away for INTs in this league. There's a bunch formation to the left of Tyree. Out route down to the bottom of the field. That pass is caught and complete.
3-3 nickel. I believe that was cover 8. It was. And London, they talked about it pregame about how they planned on limiting the production of GP Wells. And that last play, we seen it. Cover too hard. You wonder if that was put in simply trying to defend the screen game.
Julian Tyree, 68 yards on the night. Shotgun formation, gun straight. Trips to his right. 90 slants is the call. That pass is going to be caught. And it looks like Noe Tarazi's on the reception.
He dropped it.
He dropped it. Oh, wow. I thought he caught it. 4th and 8. The punter has to come out. Sammy Prefontaine will be punting it away.
Yeah, he actually brought that ball in, but before he could secure it in the bread basket, it got knocked out of his hands.
I was going to say I would challenge that, but if you do challenge it, that looked like that could have been a fumble.
Yeah, he's still going to lose it regardless.
Right, exactly. That's what I just away. Yeah, you do better just by putting it away. Because it looked like he caught it, made a football move with 2 steps. Surprised that wasn't called a fumble. Here's Prefontaine. Well, Prefontaine. Pretty Ricky is what they used to call him. That's Fox High one on the return out to the 43 of London. Here comes Johnny Pickler. 7-for-11 with 63 yards. Have a QBR of 109.3. There's a look at Barnett. 4-3 is the defense. 3 wide receivers set.
That's a tight end.
Tight end flex. And it's a crossing pattern up there. Dump it off to Merrill. I think if Pickler would have held on a little bit longer, he had Bovine open.
He may have, but I'm not sure why, but he decided to escape the pocket. There was no need to, as he got great pass protection.
Absolutely. That's the same thing I saw as well. If he held on to it on that 50Z tight end cross, Bovine was open. Come out here in the weak formation, weak eye pro. 4-3 is the defense. Look at the free safety deep down in the box. Out route. That pass is caught to Vin Callier.
Yeah, so far, Sioux Falls is giving these receivers a lot of room, and you continue to do that, and it's going to out-route you to death.
Vin Callier has 3 targets on the day. He and Fox High win both. 16 yards on the day for Callier so far. Weak eye jokers, we've seen this plenty of times. Pickler gets pressured and brought down right at midfield, and it's going to be a sack for Ray West.
And here's an interesting stat. Sioux Falls actually lined up in a 4-4 defense and came out, and I believe it was man 1. Look for that for Sioux Falls to take advantage of that with some deep routes should they dial it up again.
That is a gutsy play to call.
Yes, it is, especially against this London Knight offense.
You're absolutely right. Let's look at Pickler's numbers. Pickler underneath the center. 2nd and 14. As we like to say, Eddie, a country mile. 5-step drop. Dumps it off to Merrill. Merrill is going to lose a yard. 3rd and 15 now at London's 49.
Reed Robert defense, nowhere to go with the football, and he's forced to chunk it down to his tailback, Robert Merrill, hoping he can make a play on the ball, and unfortunately he could not.
4 wide receivers set. Also have his halfback in the backfield with him. St. Green is open down the field. Got a big catch by St. Green to the 5. Touchdown, London. St. Green with the celebration of putting the knife in the ground as he crosses Hollywood Boulevard.
And that right there is an example of why Sioux Falls was playing off against this London Knight offense, because they throw the ball kind of like Baltimore, deep and often. They make you respect it, but they have just enough short plays in their offense to respect that too. So you can't just defend them either way. It's tough to cover, and London's going to make you pay for it.
You're absolutely right, Gage. London will do, just that. They will find a way to get that drive going. What a big play by St. Green. 5 plays, 56 yards. 51-yard touchdown pass from Johnny Pickler to Mike St. Green, the Houstonian. Living it up in London. He called me the other day, say, "Hello, fellow. Would you like to come over for some tea?"
And you said what?
Say, man, I'm from Texas. We don't drink tea. Hey, give me a beer.
That's the response I was waiting on.
Make it a Bud Light at that. Here's AJ Levy, one of the most dangerous return mans in the SFL. There's a spin move and there's a penalty on the play. See what the call is.
On his spin, they might have been a face mask.
It's personal foul. It's like a clipping.
Oh, clipping. That's even worse.
Yeah, it's gonna come back.
Yeah, that's gonna give Sioux Falls terrible starting field position here to start this drive.
Looking at the other SFL action that's going on right now, Vancouver is up 21-10 over the Lone Star Glory.
That Vancouver offense is clicking right now, and some say they may be the ones to take down Baltimore this season.
They have been on fire. There's an I-Lows or I-Jacks here for the Sparrows. Dump it off to JP. Out of bounds and tackle at the 12. Lose 2 yards, Eddie.
And they're cover too hard again.
Mm-hmm.
And Chad said it. They're going to pay a lot of attention to GP Wells, and we can see that that cover too hard defense is going to try and take away that screen game of Sioux Falls and make them beat them another way.
It's 2nd and 12 now. They're going to come out in a single back slot pair. Looks like dumps it off to the halfback to GP Wells. Spin move. Picks up the first down. He runs the guy over out to the 34-yard line from the 12. What a great play by the rookie.
You knew it was only a matter of time. GP Wells showing the world why Sioux Falls reached out to grab him, traded up to get this young man. He is electrifying, especially in the open field.
Everybody, we'll be right back at the end of the first quarter, right after this short commercial break. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on YouTube. And we're right back.
You said it was going to be short.
Look there at GP Wells after that 24-yard pickup. There's a shot. Calls him into the field. That pass is almost intercepted by Gagne, the inside linebacker.
50X spot. London dials up a cover 8 and did all they could, did everything but pick that ball off, and reminds me of the play Joey Tropicana made over and over again today. Hitting his chest and dropping it.
Gotta catch it. There's a look there at Jack Russell, who was ran over on the previous play by Wells. Sorry, Russell, to put you on blast like that. Here is a 5-step drop. Tyree gets pressure. He goes down at the 28. And it's Gagne right up the middle of the field. He takes down the quarterback.
Yeah, London actually brought the blitz on that play, something I haven't seen, and gave him too many men to block, and Julian Tyree didn't stand a chance.
Wow. What a play by the inside linebacker. Now it's 3rd and forever
and look
for the Sioux Falls Sparrows here.
Those corners are playing up real close.
They sure are. And looks like, no, not going to be man coverage. Tyree got his man open. It's Kate Marion to the 10, the 5, and she crosses Hollywood Boulevard. Gotta love her. What an outstanding catch from an outstanding player. She is electrifying, Gage.
She is. She is a dynamic weapon that you have to account for. And we saw it pre-snap. London, Tanner Hendricks is a great cornerback, one of the best in this league, who doesn't get talked about enough. But you line up that close to the line of scrimmage on 3rd and forever, when you know your opponent has to throw the ball deep for a first down to convert, to move the chains. And K. Marion's going to do plays just like that. The ball's going to be soaring right over your head, and Anthony Whitehill tackles her, but it's going to be a bit too late as they are now dancing in the end zone.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I didn't see the route, but that looked like a simple go route for Marion. It didn't look like a fade to me.
It was kind of hard to tell because of the angle we had, but yeah.
Wow. And not too many times in this league do you see a go route go for a touchdown that big. Normally it's off a fade route or so. Wow. Scoring drive. 5 plays, 84 yards with a 72-yard touchdown bomb from Julian Tyree to K. Marion. And this game is going to be very interesting.
And I don't know if you saw it, Damon, but in a YouTube SFL chat, Jason Williams just yelled out "wifey." Is K. Marion his wife?
I have no idea if that is. That's very interesting. I did not know that.
I did not either. Learn something new about this league every day. Jason,
Williams, if that's accurate, give us a thumbs up.
Yeah, give us a thumbs up. Let us know what's going on, man.
1st and 10 here for Johnny Pickler.
He says it is his wife.
Wow. Awesome.
I got a question for him coming up. We'll talk about after this play.
Here's Pickler. That pass is going to be incomplete, intended for Bovine.
So, Jason Williams just confirmed that K. Marion is indeed his wife, Damon. And I know that the SFL will be potentially expanding teams next season.
Uh-oh, you starting up something.
Yeah, he's expressed his desire to potentially, apply for a team. If he gets a team, does his wife come with him and leave Sioux Falls?
Jason, will you answer that in the chat? You don't have to. Here's Pickler. Empty formation in the shotgun. Pickler goes deep, and he got Vin Callier down to the 47. What a shot.
What a shot indeed. And this time, Sioux Falls asked their safety down in the box. And that's leaving their defense single safety high. And if you give Johnny Pickler that much time against a single high safety defense, he's going to do what he just did right there. Get it to his big receiver, Van Kalia.
Eddie's stirring up the pot. Weak eye jokers. Is this a 4-4 from the defense? Oh, there's an encroachment. Free play here for Pickler, and he loves those. That pass is going to be it's going to be deflected by 53. Jason Strongbow. But this will be moving forward. Move the chains, ref.
And Jason Williams just put up the I don't know emoji in the chat, which tells me with the type of caliber receiver she is, should he get a team, she be leaving the Sioux Falls area. And you know what? Just because of that, I just might vote yes because she's in my division and she's a problem for us. So good luck, Jason.
AJ Levy in the chat said, if it happens, it happens. AJ Levy is the general manager for the Sioux Falls Sparrows, if I've got that correct. 4-4 defense again. Here's Merrill. Merrill gets the first down, his first carry of the game.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see Sioux Falls come out in this 44 defense. London comes out, and I believe they ranked 23rd in rushing in the entire league, but Sioux Falls does not care. They must have seen what happened to Denver and how Robert Merrill did a lot of damage to them, and they want to make sure they paid a lot of attention to him.
Robert Merrill has been around for a while. I mean, 4 seasons with London. Been around since the Alaska days. There's a pass across the middle of the field. It's going to be deflected. Well, I guess you can say hit in the back by a defender. And Merrill's been around for 11 seasons.
Yeah, not sure what Johnny was looking at there, but he had his tight end, Tiberius Bovine, a Hall of Famer, wide open for a first down, and instead looked him off and threw the ball to Fox Highway instead.
2nd and 10. Here for London at Sioux Falls 31. London's up by 1 point, 14-13 ball game. Looks like another 4-4. Here's Pickler, gets pressured, and Pickler goes down. But it's going to be an incomplete pass. And that is that. Can't see that. That's 50. It's a backup linebacker. Oh, I'm sorry. That's the defensive end. That's Biff Markham.
One of the more active members in SFL chat, Biff Markham.
I thought he was a linebacker with the 50 jersey number. 3-2 is the defense, Eddie.
Blitz.
Pickler goes to the sideline. Got St. Green for the second time. Deuce, baby.
50 XA posts, and Mike St. Green just absolutely mosses Terrell Davis. Catches the ball at the highest point, able to turn up field and put points on the board for London.
As Cameron Irvine would say, I'll take dos touchdowns today.
Terrell Davis gave Mike St. Green outside leverage, lining up inside. Not sure why he would do that, knowing that safety help is a mile away.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great route by St. Green. Able to get outside, shield the defender off, use his body to come away with that catch. Almost similar to the Michael Irvin catch in Super Bowl, was it 25 versus the Bills?
Let's just say a long time ago.
Yeah, a long time ago. No, it wasn't 25, Super Bowl 21.
Way back when Dallas was relevant.
Very relevant. Stuck his leg out, blocked the defender, shielded him, made the catch, dove for the end zone. St. Green numbers, 82 yards. Look at here, Eddie. 2 touchdowns on 2 targets and receptions.
Talk about being efficient, making the most of your opportunities right there.
Absolutely. Here is Sioux Falls at their very own 29-yard line. We get to the drive summary of their previous play on London here in just a moment. Looks like eye loads here for Sioux Falls. Handoff to the halfback. GP Wells breaks a tackle. Almost breaks another and a third. Man, he could have took that one to the Hawks.
He almost did. He went right up the A gap, right in the middle, through the heart of this London defense. That's hard to do. You got to get, for plays like that to develop, you got to get great blocking from your center and 2 guards and get to that next level to get those linebackers off of them. And they did a great job of it right there.
Here's GP Wells, 5'10", 208, a little guy. Going up the A gap, you got to have heart to do that, baby. 4-3 is the defense. GP Wells once again breaks 1 tackle before being tackled and brought down. Looks like 92 Jeff Gagne comes away with that tackle.
And London is giving their next week's opponent something to think about, because the past couple of games, all we saw of them out of a base defense was a 4-4. Today, they're coming with a 4-3 as well.
Not to take anything away from this drive for Sioux Falls, but London's drive was a 7-play, 75-yard scoring drive. There's a fumble by GP. It's on the ground, and looks like he recovers.
He did.
Well, that was the backup. Oh, no, that was Charlemagne, Cornelius. Was it Cornelius who fumbled, or did he just recover it?
I think he recovered it.
Okay. Wow. Talk about luck of the dice or the draw. Here's Tyree. Gun straight. 4-1 dime defense. 90-yard slants, and that is a killer versus the dime.
90-yard slants versus cover 12. And yeah, you got 1 linebacker in the middle of the field. And for whatever reason, the slot corners stay outside the numbers when you would like them to shade it a bit more inside, whether it's 90-yard slants or any other play, because you got the corners out there. But for whatever reason, they tend to lose discipline and give up the middle of the field. And that's an easy pitch and catch for Sioux Falls.
It was a nice catch there by Terrazas. Here's Tyree. Shotgun formation, pair slot. Got a crossing route. Dumped it off to 82. Spin move. Breaks that tackle. Picks up the first down. Nice catch there. I'm sorry, that is by one of the tight ends, backup tight ends. That is J.J. McGee.
6'5", 255. That's a big man.
That is a big dude. Should be on the basketball field. I'm sorry, court. They come out in twins shotgun now. Like split pro twins here.
Oh, look
There's
at
a
that.
man open in the back of the end zone. He waited too long, and that's not even the target I saw.
And that is a shame because, I mean, London continues to dial up this too hard defense, and Man, wow, I'm not sure what the quarterback was looking at because his other receiver, I couldn't catch the number, but was wide open when have walked in the end zone for a touchdown.
I want to say there was Al Delapre that was wide open in the back on the post route. Corners are playing off. There's an out route to the top of the field. That pass is caught by Dupree. I'm sorry, Delapre. 3rd and 4 at London 7.
3rd and 4, and the way London's offense has played thus far, Sioux Falls has shown little resistance against it. You want to put up 7 here and not have to settle for 3.
Julian Tyree with a QBR of 137. Guess you can say 138. Go ahead and round it off. 137.9. 2 touchdowns, 0 pick. Here's a handoff here to Wells.
Short.
4th and 1.
It's going to be 4th and about half of yard. And if I'm Sioux Falls, I'm going to go for it here because your defense has been unable to stop London thus far.
I agree with you. That was Cornelius on the carry. And they do bring out the offense, Eddie. Great call. 3-3. I'm running this right up the middle. Versus a low box. You only got 6 men in the box. And I got every offensive lineman on the field. I'm running this.
It looks like they are not going to.
It looks like they are not going to do it. You allowed a 3-man front to scare you off the field.
I mean, you want to walk away with points. You know, I can't necessarily say I blame them, but you like to see them go for it in that situation.
Yeah, especially versus a 3-3 defense. I don't know why Jason.
And you got Chad in the chat saying, of course they go for it pre-snap. And then AJ leading right behind on the general manager of Sioux Falls saying, shaking my head, we should have went for it.
Well, here's the deal. Chad Rowland is known for jumping off sides. Maybe that's something that Sioux Falls saw in the film and was trying to get Rowland to jump. But then you have Fox Highwood in the chat, comes behind AJ and says, great discipline defense.
He was probably talking to Chad. What he wanted to say, he was being nice, but what he wanted to say was, great job, Chad, staying on side.
Sioux Falls kicks a field goal, and it is good right down the pike there. 16-21. Scoring drive for Sioux Falls. Here is Fox Highland. Down and tackled at the 24. 9 plays, 67 yards. 20-yard field goal attempt there.
5:04 left in this first half. Can London put another scoring drive together to put some pressure on this Sioux Falls team trying to get a win here on the road?
Strong I formation here for the London Knights. 4-3 is the defense gauge. Dump it off to Merrill in the flats, wide open. Tackled and brought down at London's 30. Can't see who was on the tackle.
You know, we just talked about that soft box that London had over in the red zone a few plays ago. But I've seen a number of their games this season. Even though they've been lined up with that soft box, they're able to contain a run game and limit opponents to field goals. How they doing it, I don't know, but they're figuring it out.
3 tight ends on the line. One's going to stay in the block. There's a 90-yard slant that passes deflected away by Derek Williams.
Of a forward defense, and that usually leaves those 90-yard slants open, but those corners must have saw something in film or something because they normally bail out of there, but that time they did not and get a deflection.
Both of these quarterbacks has been clean, protecting the ball. There have been a few pass deflections. Here's Pickler on a 5-step drop, out route, got St. Green, 3 for 3 on the day for this young man. Picks up that first down.
And that smart quarterback play by quarterback Johnny Pickler. He saw how far off Terrell Davis was playing Mike St. Green. Perhaps thinking about how he got burnt a few plays ago and just throws an audible to a nice 5-yard out route to pick up the chains.
Ben Callier down to the bottom of the field. 4-3 is the defense. We got jokers. They've been in this formation all game long.
Out route.
Out route. That pass is intercepted and brought down. On that INT is Terrell Davis. No, take that back.
That's Jay Ringo. Jay Ringo, cover 12 defense, and Jay read it like a book. And while normally they've been bailing out of there, but this time remained disciplined and reads the quarterback's eyes and forces the incompletion, the interception.
Here is Tyree. First turnover of the game. 4-3 is the defense. Split back wing jokers. Two-step drop by Tyree. Dumps it off to Wells. Wells almost breaks that tackle, being tackled and brought down by Tanner Hendricks.
And you are getting crucified in the chat right now, Damon. They're calling it commentator's curse.
Sorry, I wasn't trying to swing it that way. But as a commentator, I have to state the obvious that both of these guys was keeping the ball clean. I mean, that was a compliment that, they was protecting the ball. You got to blame the guy who caught the ball, not me. There's Wells fighting for every inch, every yard to pick up that first down.
That should have been a gain of about 2 yards, but he just kept, shuffling his feet, showing that he's been hitting those dead weights and all those extra lifts and squats, and he fights his way for a first down.
Here's single back formation. Twins
Ace
to
trips.
the right. Yep. There's Tyree. Dumps it off here to Wells, the halfback. Spin move. Shoot move. Another spin. They're going to get him forward progress down at London's 25.
And GP Wells is showing you what dedication to those parachute drills and ladder drills do for you, because he just continues to shuffle his feet in tight space and pick up 7 yards when it should have been a game of about 3.
I formation jumbo package here. Handoff hit to Wells up the A gap. This young man is carrying this team on his back for this drive.
GP Wells, it's been a one-man show thus far in this first half. GP Wells, along with his teammate K. Marion, who's been moving the chains for this Sioux Falls offense.
You're right about that. Split back. Pro 4-3 defense. The corners are kind of playing not too far back, just medium size. Medium coverage there. And off here to the half fullback. Oh, yeah, that's the Charlemagne Cornelius.
Wow, talk about stood up at the line of scrimmage. The defensive tackles, both of them for London, stood tall on that play.
And that's going to be the 2-minute warning. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. Have you checked out video content produced by our community lately? Catch the Sim podcast every week, SFL Crunch Time, and Road to Glory every Wednesday night. SFL Nights with AJ Stryker premieres Thursday nights. And Say It With Your Chest airs Fridays. And NETMA can be seen all week long at 7 p.m. Eastern. Every week, the live show schedule can be, there's an out route caught. 3rd and 2 can be accessed through our Discord server at the top of the channel listing. Just look for the events tab.
And London continues to bring the blitz. They've already gotten home once with it. You just wonder how many more times Julian Tyree is going to hit the pavement.
Power I formation here. Normally a run play out of this formation. GP Wells, big strong run down to the 1 yard line.
GP Wells in this offense probably going to continue to stay right here on the ground and eat up as much of this clock as they can, trying to limit the opportunities London's going to have should they score a touchdown here.
GP Wells, 9 attempts for 63 yards, averaging 7 yards a carry. 4-3 is the defense. They're going to go swing. Nobody is open, and Julian Tyree goes down. Is that Jeff Gagne again? Yes, it is.
That's the second time we've seen London get Tyree on the ground. Just talked about it a moment ago. They've been blitzing all game long, and Julian is getting upset at his offensive line right now.
I formation twins. There's a crossing route. That pass is intercepted in the end zone by the London Knights. I'll take that, and I'm not giving it back.
Jack Russell coming up big in the SFL red zone, preventing the end zone dance by Sioux Falls. Once again, Julian Tyree under pressure, lets the ball go, hits the panic button. It's going to be a turnover for Sioux Falls.
Jack Russell, nice pick in the end zone to shut that drive down. That was a nice drive by Sioux Falls, all for it to be taken away by Jack Russell, who every time I say his name or hear it, I think about the Russell Terrier, the little dog. There's Pickler right across the middle, got a reception. That is from a backup wide receiver.
Rocco McLovin.
And they love McLovin.
And don't look now, but Lone Star has made this a one-score game in the third quarter up against Vancouver right now, 27-20.
Man, Lone Star is closing in. Power I formation. Handoff here to Merrill. Great run by Merrill. He could have either went either way with it outside, but he cut it back into the inside. Picks up a first down on that run. 20 seconds left on the clock. Will they spike it? No, they're going to give it to Merrill again. Merrill goes inside instead of going outside this time. And they're basically just going to run the clock out.
Yeah, they got all 3 timeouts left. You can't take them with you.
This must be the only play in this formation. There's Merrill again. There's finally a timeout there. They're going to go Hail Mary style here now.
Hail Mary, Johnny has the arm for. It's going to be a throw of about 53 yards. The question is, can the receiver find a way to pick that ball up at his highest point and come down with it? Or does Sioux Falls get pressure and get Johnny on the ground?
I'm not Catholic, but I'm pretty sure they're going to come out with the Hail Mary formation. And the Catholics, they do a little prayer, Hail Mary, full of grace.
Ike St. Green lined up at the top. Terrell Davis give him a lot of cushion.
Pickler caught in the center. They're going to bring 4. Big block. Pickler rolling to his right. Lets it fly. That pass is deflected away.
Deflected away and intercepted by Terrell Davis as Johnny just did not quite have the arm strength to get more oomph under that ball as the pressure began to get to him. But kudos to him for having a pocket awareness to give himself extra time by rolling out there to his right. And unfortunately for London in this offense, they're unable to come up with it.
Look at Davis. Had his head looking in one direction and turning his head on a swivel that
On
fast.
a swivel, yeah.
Man, you got to be focused and athletic.
That looks easy, but I promise you it's not.
It is not easy. You absolutely correct. Here's the halftime stats gauge. Passing yards are kind of close there.
Passing yards kind of close. What's separating these two teams is the efficiency that Sioux Falls is getting out of their run game with G.P. Wells, but London found themselves up 5 here at the break.
Yep. There's Tyree there. First touchdown pass of the day to Terrazas.
And coming into this game, I knew it'd be close, but I wasn't expecting it not so much on a Sioux Falls offense to be handled this way. They've done a pretty good job of containing G.P. Wells in the receiving game as they use that cover 2 hard defense, to defend it and take it away. But they've also done a nice little wrinkle, adding that blitz up to middle to free up their defensive linemen in some one-on-one matchups. And London, you can tell Chad's been in the lab this week because he put together a game plan defensively that he has not shown, at least as of recent.
Now let me ask you this. With the last highlight play that we just saw to K. Marion, do you think London continues to come out in the 2 hard to not allow Marion to get that deep behind the secondary again?
I mean, you can't take away everything. The beauty about this game, the beauty about defense, in particular with us in the SFL, there is no such thing as one play stopping everything. You're going to give up something. And with Sioux Falls making G.P. Wells their primary target, he leads the entire league in catches as a running back. That's impressive enough. So you got to pay attention to him. But doing so, you're going to give up something else. But London thus far has done their homework. and limited both his production and K. Marion. Yes, he does have the one big catch, but like we said, you can't take away at all. And here's London right here in the end zone, taking away red zone opportunities. And if they can keep that up, this game's going to go late into the fourth quarter before it's decided.
Yeah, I agree with that, partner. Well, everybody, welcome back to the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. Here's the kickoff to the third quarter. The London Knights are visiting the Sioux Falls Sparrows. There's a kickoff to Fox Highland from the 5. And Fox is going to take it out to the 25-yard line and being tackled and brought down there.
For whatever reason, anytime I see Sioux Falls on a screen when they're showing, look at the bottom, the ticker there, I always think there's a penalty on the play for some reason when I see Sioux Falls in yellow.
Great catch there. I want to call this the 4-4 defense. It's a power I formation by London. Pass route here to Merrill. Merrill breaks the tackle, picks up the first down before being stepped out of bounds at the 36.
It was actually a 4-3 defense, Demond. It looked like they came out in two corners trying to take away the outside receivers for Sioux Falls. For London. But Johnny, again, keeping his eyes open and surveying the defense, makes the right read and gets it out to Robert Merrill for a first down.
Okay. I guess I got confused because I saw the free safety was deep down in the box. It's a 3-2.
Last time we saw this play, Mike St. Green was dancing in the end zone. Let's see how they defend it here.
Gun tray open.
Blitz.
Here's Pickler, across the middle, got a guy. Like a backup wide receiver on that reception, and that is Webster Speedy.
And believe it or not, they were looking for Mike St. Green again as the corner provided inside leverage, leaving Mike St. Green the outside. But because of the blitz, they were unable to get the play time to develop, and Forsman took it down.
There's trips to the top. St. Green up there as well. Going across the middle of the field. That pass is deflected away. Looked like it was behind Benji Minson.
Benji Matson, it was actually out in front of him, but it looks like he might have got alligator arms there. He could have made a play on the ball.
Matson, part of the front office of London as well, has been around for quite a few seasons. 4, all with the London Knights. St. Green in the slot. It's like Van Callier down here to the bottom. 90-yard slants. That pass is caught to Bovine. Going across the middle of the field. He picks up the first down.
We hadn't heard Bovine's name in quite some time, and as of late, he's been one of the bell cows of this offense. Sioux Falls doing a great job providing defense over the top on him.
1st and 10 for London at Sioux Falls 49. 9:36 left on the clock here in the third quarter. There's a 5-step drop by Pickler. Got to get it out. That pass is intercepted. AJ, no, it's not Levy. I can't see the number. It looks like Deuce 4. Ringo.
Yes, Jay Ringo. Jay Ringo, Arizona native, playing over here in the cold of Sioux Falls. We tried recruiting him a few times, but he said thanks, but no thanks. I like it out here in the cold.
You can keep the heat, baby. I don't want that.
He lives about an hour from me, northwest of me, but I tried to recruit him a couple times, get him to come home, and he said, I kind of like it over here in Sioux Falls.
Ringo, 8 seasons with Sioux Falls.
Yeah.
2-step drop here by Tyree. That pass is going to be taken away by Anthony Wyo. I'll take that, put it in my back pocket, and I'm heading the other way. Down to Sioux Falls' 35-yard line. We see INTs on back-to-back plays.
Back-to-back plays, and Anthony Wyo is one of the best. That's his 62nd career interception. That ranks him 7th all time. And I'm not sure why he is not getting more Hall of Fame recognition. Perhaps at the conclusion of this season, they'll start to pay more attention to him.
They have to. Press man coverage from the Sparrows out of the 3-2. Watch for the linebacker on the blitz. Here's a man cross the middle of the field, got a reception, and his type here is Bovine.
Only his third catch of the day. They've targeted him 5 times now. That's his third reception. He's been hot as of late, so Sioux Falls must have done some research and said we got to take this man away because if you don't only have 3 catches at this point in the ball game, it's a crime.
You're absolutely right. He has been tearing it up. He's one of the main focal points for this Knights offense. We got jokers. And a safety down in the box. Here's Pickler. Steps to his left. Dumps it off to his halfback, the security blanket. Picks up the first down to Sioux Falls 9-yard line before being tackled by Nick Fargo.
Now I see where you're going wrong at Demond. That's actually the cornerback in the box. They came out in 2 corners once again trying to defend that play. And anytime you do that, you got Robert Merrill flashing out there, and that's a long way to go for the linebackers to get to make that tackle.
See, that's why I have you, Eddie, to correct me when I'm wrong when you're on the defense.
Well, you're a Hall of Famer. You're not wrong often.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'll send you something in the mail. Handoff it to Robert Merrill. Merrill is tackled and been brought down at the 10-yard line.
Sioux Falls defense has been tightened up. Actually, both of these defenses have been tightened up in this run game. And it looks like the winner of this team is going to have to do it through the air. And Johnny Pickler does not mind that at all.
He sure don't. He loves to throw it. Merrill only has 5 attempts for 29 yards. Shotgun formation. It's like a tight trips. St. Green wide open on a fade route. Gonna go cross the middle. No. That was dangerous. The tight end took a shot, though.
Yes, they did. And I think that was 3-2 cover 8. And you got to throw that ball deep in that situation. As they're just sitting there in the pocket waiting for it. And I was surprised John even threw the ball to him.
Yeah, I think he wanted to go to St. Green on a fade route. But that corner up there, Terrell Davis, played that fade route to perfection. Here's gun. Trey open. This is a 58 post. Watch the middle of the field. And he's going to go to the corner. That pass is almost intercepted by Ringo. But he get it a pass deflection instead.
Jay Ringo, that's awfully impressive for a safety to get that far to the outside.
That's more than that. My apology.
Okay, I'm about to say. I'm about to say there's no way a safety can get over that far. But nonetheless, Sioux Falls make a great play on the ball, and they've been playing this London Knights offense pretty tough.
This is going to be a 31-yard field goal attempt. Yeah, it's going to be 31 and a half. They may give him 32.
That's going to be 27 yards.
Oh, I'm thinking I'm behind the 20. See, that's why you're here. Good read, Eddie. 27 yards.
It's almost blocked.
I was looking at the 20 and looking at the 17 and thinking I'm at the, you know what I'm trying to say.
It's all good. It's a team. We a team, Damon.
Hey, you're right. We are. That's why they put us together, you know.
They try to, but sometimes Mike Daggs don't like us and he split us up. I got to talk to him about that.
Oh, my apologies. I forgot about the guys on the stats. Mark Lopez and Paul Stewart on the stats. Give those guys a thumbs up in the chat for being here with us, for making us look like the smart guys up here. I forgot to mention those guys' name in the intro, in the introduction. My apologies, guys. Thank you all so much for what you do for the SFL and the stats trucks.
You know, with that field goal, JT Delaney, the kicker for London, has now tied Maxwell Falk for most made field goals all time.
Wow. It's a 4-3 by the defense. Split backs for Sioux Falls. Dumps it off. Looks like to the tight end on a tight end swing. That is Portis.
And just when I talked about Lone Star pulling close to Vancouver, Vancouver's now up 17 in the fourth.
That's a dangerous team.
Yes, it is.
Looks like the same formation. This is split wing jokers. 4-3 defense. Hand off here to Wells. Spin move. Not sure if he should have done a spin move. He could have got probably another 3 yards out of that run.
Right up the gut. Hard to do when you got big defensive tackles like William Davison out there, but he got double teamed on the play, which made that run possible.
Great run by the little guy. 1st and 10 here for Sioux Falls at their own 40. 6:49 left in the third. Split backs. Could be a flip spread or a tight end flex. Here's a pass down the middle of the field. That pass is caught. Big catch by K. Marion.
Wow, Anthony Weil had his sights on another interception and just missed it. If you can look on this replay right here. Oh my God. Got turned around a bit there. If he, keeps his eyes on the quarterback, that's a pick.
Jack Russell, you got to be careful. They may call you for domestic violence. That's a woman you just hit. That was a big shot K. Marion took. It's a 5-step drop here by Tyree. Gets pressure. Oh, nice block pickup by the halfback. And a nice catch there along the sidelines by Noe Terrazas.
Jack Russell looked down at K. Marion and said, I'm an equal opportunity employer. Anybody can get it.
I guess that's what happens when you want to play with the big boys. 2-step drop here by Tyree. Side on throw. Incomplete.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure if that was miscommunication or just the press on the quarterback there. Yeah, it looks like pressing the quarterback on Johnny forced that ill-advised throw.
Yeah, it looks like that was intended for Cornelius. I try to stay away from plays where the fullback is going out on a go route.
They tend to get battered around, dropped, and tipped, and intercepted.
6'2", 250 is Cornelius. Slop paired. There's a catch. Oh, no. Great defensive play by Scarborough.
Yeah, that ball was out the quarterback's hands. Johnny's, out of Julian Tyree's hands pretty quick there, and that's a nice read on the ball.
It was Miles Portis on the target. There's a field goal attempt here, and this is going to be a 48-yard field goal attempt.
48 indeed. Yes, sir.
The kick is up. It is good. Automatic for Black.
Sioux Falls hanging tough with this London offense.
19-24. London is up. Current drive summary. 7 plays, 41 yards, 48-yard field goal for Sioux Falls. Visit the SFL website at simulationfl.net for links to apparel from Sector 6, SFL mini helmets, and from 97 Sports Promotions Plus. Articles from our content team, including Power Rankings, What We Learned, the Read Option, and Talent Factories feature series. See all the league's records, team stats, player leaderboards, the rankings of the next class of SFL talent, and so much more. Simulationfl.net, your home for everything SFL. Tight bunch formation. I'm sorry, not tight bunch, but meant to say press coverage. That was intended for Kalia, but incomplete.
Vin Kalia, known for his deep routes down the field. On this play, they look for him short with the slant route, but he's unable to come up with the football.
Kalia, he hasn't been as targeted as much as he normally is. He got 6 targets. I guess the game's not over with yet. 5-step drop here by Pickler. Got a pass across the middle of the field. That pass is intended for Kalia, but he dropped it. Second drop on back-to-back plays for the number 1 receiver.
Yeah, and actually, I couldn't get the number, but the defender was actually defending Bovine in his area of the zone. But as you see here, Kalia comes over and he decides to pay him some attention as well. Did not allow him to secure the catch and bring it to his body before being hit.
Let's give credit to Derek Williams for double man coverage. There's that press defense again, Eddie. Watch St. Green to the top. And they're going to go 90-out slants. That pass is caught by Fox Highland.
Fox Highland, as you said, press coverage, but he was able to fight through it as the linebacker kind of rubbed him, trying to get out to Robert Merrill in the flat. Slowed his progress down a bit, but he fought through it and was able to get to the ball and pick up the first down.
Outstanding play there by Highland. That's his second catch of the day. 7 targets to Highland as well. 29 yards on the day for him.
Quads. I'm sorry, it's not. It's ace quads, excuse me.
Yep. Single back formation. Pass is picked off. He got an opportunity for a pick 6, and it's Barnett to the 10, and Barnett just crossed Hollywood Boulevard.
Wow.
And he does the dirty bird, the old Atlanta Falcons dance.
Well, they are sparrows, so, I guess you want to let the world know, what actually animal they represent. And wow, talk about this game flipping on its head in just one play. Sioux Falls has regained the lead after struggling throughout this contest to close in on London. And suddenly, this home crowd has something to cheer about.
Absolutely. They just take the lead there, Gage. John Barnett comes away with the INT, pick 6, does the dance made and created by Jamal Anderson. My name ain't Jamal, but I can show dirty bird. This extra point attempt by Black is up and it's good. And Sioux Falls goes up by 2 points.
That's his 4th interception of the season. He's having a pretty darn good day, too. 5 tackles, 1 interception, return for a touchdown, and a pass deflection.
Wow. What a day at the office. And a tackle for loss. Vancouver scores again after Lone Star scored to try to shorten the game by 10. And Vancouver scores again. As Fox High went on the return, brought down at the 26.
Brought down to 26, and now Johnny has to shake off the cobwebs, have a short memory, and forget about all these turnovers and try to find a way to drive his team downfield. They're only down 2, so he doesn't need to panic. There's a lot of football left.
I formation, tight end flex, Bovine in the slot. St. Green to the top, Van Callier down to the bottom, 90-out slants, and Pickler dumps it off to Merrill. 2 spin moves, breaks 2 tackle, a 3rd tackle, and he steps out of bounds at the 34.
And GM and head coach Chad Rowland is in SFL YouTube chat saying, hey, why can't we just run the ball? After that 8-yard pickup, Robert Merrill showing you why Johnny Pickler is continuing to throw that ball down the field.
Great spin moves there by Robert Merrill. Second and 2 for the Knights at their own 34. 4 minutes and 20 seconds left on the ticker. 5-step drop here by Pickler. Dumps it off to Merrill. Tackled right at the line of scrimmage. Going nowhere. And that is A.J. Levy on the tackle.
And defensive end Biff Markham is not going to get credit for it, but he should, because he put pressure on Johnny Pickler the moment the H in height came out his mouth and forced him to get rid of that ball early.
That is pretty quick. Press coverage again. Pickler 1-step drop, 90-out slants. That pass is caught. Wow, talk about threading the needle to Matson.
Benji Matson was a starter the past couple of seasons, and they bring in a Hall of Famer, Tiberius Bovine, and it's going to reluctant him to come off the bench. What a nice play to bring off the bench and have your second tight end, a player who used to being a starter and getting starter minutes.
Yeah, being a number 2 tight end, you don't get that many targets, don't get that much playing time. You got to be a dedicated individual to play that position. Here's a pass. That pass is incomplete. Did that hit the ref?
I'm not sure, but Fox looked to be wide open. And no, it didn't hit the ref, but
I thought I saw the ref fall.
no, he was sitting there waving incomplete, but I'm not sure why that pass was off target.
Look there at high one. Single back formation here.
Ace
4-3
flip.
defense. 5-step drop here by Pickler. Out route to the top of the field, and that is to Bovine. Not going to pick up the first down, but 3rd and inches.
Ace flip, 50 tight end wide outs. You got 2 tight ends both running out routes. You got a receiver running a go route, another receiver running a skinny post. Hard play to defend.
Look there at Terrell Davis. Is it Terrell or Terrell?
I think it's Terrell.
Could be Terrell. That name is kind of fishy. There's a handoff to Robert Marin. He picks up the first down. Because you know how Terrell Owens.
Yeah.
A lot of people say Terrell, but he says it's Terrell.
Well, he's from the South, so.
Yeah, he's from the South. He's from Alabama.
Way down there.
There's a swing pass to Robert Merrill. Merrill picks up 4 yards. 2nd and 6.
And that time, Johnny's offensive line gave him all day to throw, survey the field, and get the ball out. Credit to tackles Perrin and Anthony for that pass protection.
Tyrone Jones in the chat. Thank you for that March Madness update. I was watching the Houston game earlier and didn't watch the finishing minutes of that game. Thanks for that update, sir. Here's Robert Merrill. He's dangerous in the open field. Picks up the first down.
Dangerous in the open field, and you're right. He was 1 broken tackle away from taking that one to the house.
Absolutely. Wow, I can't believe that Iowa State beat Wisconsin. Wisconsin was number 1 ranked.
Not anymore.
Nah, 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 nah. Hey, hey, goodbye. Shotgun straight formation. That pass is intercepted again.
Wow.
By this Sparrows defense. And you got to give that one to Nathan Barnett.
And you know, I mean, at this point, we've seen Sioux Falls come out in this 3-2 cover 4 defense. I couldn't tell if it was cover 4, not cover 4, blanket 4 defense. And twice now they come away with picks when normally those slot corners are bailing up out of there. I mean, talk about just fortune and just everything going against you right now for London.
1st and 10 for Sioux Falls at their own 27-yard line with 1:33 left here in the 3rd. The 2-step drop by Tyree. Tyree goes down. Big sack for the defense of London. That's their 3rd sack, I want to say, today. And that is to the defensive end, William Davidson.
William Davidson, a defensive tackle, Damon, makes the play on the ball. And they've been getting pressure all day, but just haven't been able to close the deal. But they do so on this play.
That is the 3rd sack for the London's defense. Shotgun, slot, pair. Pass is complete. That is to Kay Marion. She has been putting in some work today.
5 catches for 128 yards and a TD, including that 1 bomb we saw in the first half. Kind of quiet here in the second half, but I'm sure her day is not quite done.
Look there at Anthony Wyo. He has a pick on the day. Split back. Spread. Flip spread looks like. There's an out route down to the bottom of the field. That pass is caught. Was that 50X spot?
50X spot again, and you know London defended it pretty well earlier, you know, on the same defensive play, but this time Sioux Falls able to come with the completion to Al De La Pris Sr.
Here's gun formation. Trey open. Watch the deep post. Not sure what Tyree was doing on that spin move. Oh, but nice play there by 84. And he picks up the first down and more. And that is Al De La Pris Sr. again.
Low developing play, but once again, the tackles for London did a great job holding up their end of the bargain and giving Johnny Pickler all the time, Johnny Pickler, giving Julian Tyree all the time in the world to make that throw.
That's the end of the third quarter. Put your fours up in the chats along with your 86s. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. The SFL Spotlight games in their own time slot. One final time this season of SFL Twitch Monday, March 28th, when the Fort Worth faces the Lone Star. The final special feature, guests from around the league are welcome throughout the broadcast by a dynamic pair of SFL legends and discuss the game, the season, and the league. Don't miss out the final Monday night special of season 18. It's a pass caught there by Marion. She comes away with that reception. That is the 7th reception of the day.
It's not often you see a 6'6" receiver be able to stop on a dime and make a cut like that. And for Kay to do that, it just shows how much work she's been doing in the weight room.
My apologies, that's her 6th reception. There's Tyree again, cross middle of the field. That pass is caught.
Sioux Falls here near the SFL red zone, trying to make the most out of this opportunity and put points on the board. Should they score 7, and it's going to be a 2-score lead, it's going to give London a lot of things to think about.
Both of these teams are at a record of 4-4, complete 500. Trying to keep playoff hopes alive. Here's Tyree. Tyree goes down again, and it's not Gunye. It's going to be Cam Frosby.
Wow, I mean, London continues to put pressure on its offensive line, giving them more men than they can block, and it's creating one-on-one matchups, and they've been taking advantage of it. That's their 4th sack tonight.
Yeah, but Tyree is doing a lot of one-step, two-step dropbacks, not getting it deep. On that drop, there's a 5-step drop this time, goes to Wells. Wells not going to break that tackle. Brought down at London's 24. And that's the final score in Vancouver, 44-34. They've come up with their victory. I think they're now 7-1 on the season, is it?
Yeah, I think it was 8-1. Maybe it's just me.
Single back formation. It's like single back left.
Yeah,
Tyree
look out.
steps up. Oh, nice pass. And that's going to be a completion to Noe Terrazas.
And on that play action pass, I mean, credit to Julian for having pressure in his face, keeps his eyes downfield on his target. Wow, that's an impressive throw, knowing that you got a big man breathing down your neck.
Julian Tyree has a total of 324 yards. You normally don't see that from a Sioux Falls teams. Got twins to the top. I go with a 50Z out here. There's going to dump it off to the fullback. He's going to pick up a yard, maybe. I would have went with 50Z out in that twins. Have that slot guy doing an out route with the top receiver doing a quick post. Boom, out route wide open.
And that's a great open field tackle by Tanner Hendricks.
You're right.
Saving a touchdown.
Come out in a far formation. And off here to Wells. Wells crosses Hollywood Boulevard for the first time today.
Sioux Falls looking now. They have a 2-score lead here midway through the 4th quarter. And Johnny Pickler is going to have to do what he likes to do, which is throw the ball early and often if they're going to want a chance to get back into this ball game.
GP Wells, 11 attempts, 74 yards, 1 touchdown, 6.7 yards per carry. The drive summary here, 11 plays, 73 yards. 1 yard touchdown run by GP Wells. 8 for 8 passing plays on that drive added by Julian Tyree. 80 yards total by the QB.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive considering that Julian Tyree has been under pressure on a number of times throughout that drive. Sioux Falls up 9 with just over 8 minutes to play. Anyone can come back in this ball game. It's going to be London.
Here's Fox Highland. What does he have in this bag of tricks? Oh, he's hit hard. Brought down to 24. APM Music is unraveling music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find their perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. Johnny Pickler underneath the center, 1st and 10 at the 24. Pickler got his man into St. Green. Nice catch there by the veteran. Picks up that first down at London's 38.
It was a nice catch, but it was an even better throw as Terrell Davis was slow getting up out of his stance and allowed Mike St. Green to get past him and gets the ball right over his head in front of the safety. That's probably Johnny Pickler's best throw all day.
You got to give Mike St. Green credit there, Eddie, for making that catch right there in front of A.J. Levy, a hard-hitting, strong safety. There's St. Green in the slot. Oh, I thought it was to St. Green, but that went to Cali instead, and he picks up another first down. London's on the move now, right at midfield, 1st and 10.
On the move, they don't believe in second down. They want their plays in chunks, and they got 2 big ones in a row. Can they put points on the board?
My apologies, correction by the stat team. Vancouver is 8-1 now. Nice play there by Johnny Pickler. A pass and catch to Fox Highland right across the middle of the field.
3 plays, 3 first downs to 3 different receivers on this drive, giving Sioux Falls a lot to think about because you can't just focus on one guy.
Thanks, Mark Lopez, for that update. We got jokers again. Press coverage by the defense. There's a cornerback on a tight end. That passes. Oh, I thought it was intercepted by the outside linebacker, Derek Williams. Along in that vicinity was Jay Ringo.
Yeah, I thought Jay was going to come up with that ball and almost put this game away. But I'm not sure what Johnny was thinking there. 3 defenders in the area, and that ball was way out in front of him.
Absolutely. Oh, he hit Ringo right in the face.
Yeah.
Okay, hit him in the helmet. Would that be labeled as targeting? Don't chuckle on me like that.
I don't think he would target the defense.
No, I'm talking about targeting, helmet to helmet, but ball to helmet. Oh, nice defensive play there by Davis.
Knowing you got a 2-score lead, to be able to close in on a ball like that, you're just trying to keep everything in front of you. That's an impressive play by Terrell Davis.
Absolutely.
Especially considering he's already been burned once deep by Mike St. Green. To keep his composure and make a play on a ball like that, that's impressive. That's their 12th pass deflection today.
Press coverage again out of this 3-2. Pickler's in shotgun formation. There's a look at the game summary. There's a catch by St. Green, and man, he is having a day.
5 catches on 7 targets and a touchdown. Look at him beat the press coverage, get over the top of Terrell Davis, and come up with the completion right there in front of A.J. Levy.
I am falling in love with this kid, St. Green. Started off in the minors as a quarterback. Was unselfish to come out as a wide receiver. And a highly qualified quarterback he was in the minors for the Albuquerque Adams, right?
So what you're telling me is, with you being so impressed by him, that perhaps come this offseason, you'll be looking to get him to move and play for your hometown team, his hometown team.
Can't talk about that.
Oh, okay, I'm just asking.
Then you go stir up stuff again. You need to stop. Commissioner, come get him. Here's Pickler. Dumps off to Robert Merrill. Merrill makes that reception. Steps out of bounds. 3rd and 3 here now for London at Sioux Falls 11.
Now, London, should they not convert here, can go for the field goal and try to hold serve on defense, but they got bigger dreams trying to come away with 7.
There's a look at Nick Fargo, inside linebacker. Strong guy formation again. Could either be a strong stretch or 58 screen strong. There's going to be the screen. Here comes the defender, and down goes Robert Merrill. Nick Fargo comes up with probably the biggest tackle of the game.
And to get over there and make that play, he actually had to run around 2 tight ends to get to that play. Somehow was able to elude them and get over there and tackle them for a loss. And as a result of that play, London had to, accept this field goal attempt.
I'm laughing at the chat. They say tampering live on air. Oh, man, that's a 29-yard field goal by JT Dulaney. That field goal is good.
That's my man, Hunter Norwood, my new teammate. Sorry about today's loss, bro, but I'm trying, man.
Great kick there by the London. That was a great, impressive drive there by London. Get 3 points closer in the scoreboard. They're going to go for onside here, Eddie.
Yes, they are, and I don't agree with this, given, the time and the fact they got all 3 timeouts.
You don't want to get Sioux Falls the short side of the field. You're absolutely right. And that is bobbled. Bobbled still on the ground. Looks like Sioux Falls came away with it.
Oh, Sioux Falls did what they're supposed to do and recover the onside kick. Too bad Arizona could not do the same thing.
You remember the water boy? They had the black kicker, and he was doing that onside kick. No, not you. No, not you. Yeah, you're the one. We kicked the ball right to him. Just knew he was gonna fumble it.
Yeah.
Shotgun slot pair, got it cross. Man, roll it wide open. And that was 90Z Arrow. Kate Marion had been on that route all game long.
He has, but you know what? I got to give credit to the base defense here for London. Whether they play the 4-4 or the 4-3, they play it well, and they keeping everything in front of them. They're forcing you, to put together long drives to beat them. Credit goes out to Chad for that.
Yeah. Looks like going to be a handoff here to GP Wells. 4-3 defense. There's the handoff. Got an open field. Wells picks up the first down and more, down to the 25 of London.
Yeah, and now Sioux Falls is going to be in field goal range here, looking to extend this back to a 2-score lead.
Look at this young man. Nice block by Cornelius.
Hey, Damon, do yourself a favor and look in the channel 10 of the broadcast team.
I'm afraid to do so. I couldn't say it on air when he got it. Stewart, Paul Stewart. Thanks, buddy.
Oh, look at that play.
Oh, nice broken tackle. GP Wells, outstanding finesse back.
GP Wells made 3 men miss on that play. That should have been a tackle for a loss.
Mark Lopez said, "What's the tampering rules in this league?"
I better watch myself. I've only been an owner since season 14. I want to keep my team a little bit longer.
I know that's right. Weak ISO. Wells took a shot after picking up 7. He's still on the ground.
Now, believe it or not, London is hoping that Sioux Falls comes out and attempts to pass this ball and looking to get a turnover here, either on an interception or a forced fumble.
Here's Tyree underneath the center. Power I formation. K. Marion down to the bottom. Going to use most of the clock as they can. GP Wells, first down. Down to the 11-yard line of London now. They're milking the clock, Eddie. They're picking up first downs in the process.
Milking the clock, and now that's going to force more time off the clock. London is soon going to have to start looking to burn some timeouts.
Yeah, on the tackle there is 98. Tony Roberto. AJ Levy in the chat saying, keep it on the ground. Looks like I'm going to go another weak ISO here. The linebackers all playing to their weak side. Here's Tyreek going to let the play clock run down. They're going to go screen.
Look out.
Oh, going to lose some yards on that play there. Looks like 3 yards they're going to call it.
Yeah, you got to give him credit. He continues. He said it pregame. His job was to take away GP Wells and limit his production. He's done a great job of that today. 2-minute warning.
In the pass game, they're doing so. He's only had 44 yards, but he has 10 receptions. That's the 2-minute warning. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM. Coverage of the Simulation Football League on Next Level Sports continues Saturday, March 26th. First, the playoff rematch between London and Arizona, followed by the rivalry of the Pacific between Vancouver and Los Angeles. Bonus coverage includes San Diego, Houston, and Tulsa, Florida. There's a handoff to Wells, goes nowhere. Coverage starts at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Visit NLSE.com to find Next Level Sports in your area.
Pat Rowland is a veteran of this league. He's been here 5 seasons. He's in the SFL game chat saying good game. But AJ Levy reminded him, Chad, you've been around long enough, bro. This is not over. And now look at this. Sioux Falls out here with 4 wide receivers on the play.
3rd and 14. I think you don't have a choice. His play action. Tyree to the end zone. That play is not caught. He basically dropped it. Oh, man. Al Della Priest Sr. Could have sealed it right there, Eddie.
He could have, but Anthony Wyo had other plans as he put his helmet dead in his chest and forced that incompletion.
He came with that Rydell like a heat-seeking missile. This is going to be a 31-yard field goal attempt. You can barely see the hash marks right here.
If I'm Sioux Falls in that situation, I'm running the ball and forcing London to burn one of those timeouts.
Ooh. Talk about time management right there. That could have been blocked. I like what you just said there, Eddie, because that's basically great time management, what you said. You run the ball, they have to use a timeout. They have no other choice.
No other choice. But hey, I'm up here in the booth with you. What do I know?
What do we know? What do we know? I don't know why, but at times when I think about, us being in the booth, I think about the 2 Muppets at the opera on the Muppets. So I don't know why I think about that, dude. Oh, man. There's Fox Highland on the return to the 24-yard line. Let's see what London have up their sleeves.
Check out the broadcast channel 10 again tomorrow.
Stewart is on the road.
Yes, he is. Doubles left.
Here is Pickler. Got his man. Oh, it's fumbled. And Sioux Falls recover. AJ Levy jumps on the ball, and this could be it.
Yeah, that's your thanks for coming, good night, and drive home safely moment right there. AJ Levy coming up, and that's indeed a fumble, and recovered by AJ Levy, and that's going to pretty much, and the booth's going to review this. I'm not sure what they're reviewing as. That was a clear catch. He got 3 feet
clear
down.
Catch. Made 2 to 3 steps.
Yeah, got his left foot down twice, right foot down.
Ringo to force that out.
That's a catch.
Oh, that is a catch. I agree with you, partner.
And Guy Clausen is in the chat saying someone just killed Van Kalia.
And the ruling on the field stands. Yes. R62 got it right this time.
For once.
1st and 10 for Sioux Falls as they take over on that fumble recovery in London's territory. Right at London's 37-yard line. 4-3 is the defense. Looks like they're going to bring pressure. Handoff here to GP Wells. Oh, he fumbled himself, and London recovers it.
Oh, my goodness. And
wow.
Just when you thought the fat lady was gonna start singing, I was just about to tell you guys how GP Wells was about to come out here smiling and knowing he's gonna get heavily involved in this offense. London found themselves right back on the field with the offense.
It was the spin move. He did a spin move, and the defender put his helmet right on the ball. Something they teach you in junior high. Put your right L on the ball.
A minute and 35 left and 2 timeouts. What does Johnny have in store?
That is a lot of time to go downfield, score, kick an onside kick, maybe get it. There's a catch. Looks like Bovine. No huddle. I wonder if London has another play in this set. I don't think I've seen him run anything else. Pickler gets pressured, has all day, gotta let it fly. Oh, that pass is almost intercepted by Derek Williams.
Yeah, for a moment there was about to be a clip it moment as a top 10 player of the week, but unfortunately, London was unable to come up with the reception.
I like the way how Pickler got out of the pocket there.
Yeah.
Felt that pressure. Stepped up, rolled out to his right. They come out and gun straight. Here's a press by the defense. And London has been breaking his press all game long. Pickler gets pressured and he goes down at the 35.
Gonna force London to burn one of their last 2 timeouts here. And now time is definitely of the essence. And you got to get this ball downfield in chunks at this point.
Was that Derek Williams on the sack?
I did not get the number, but I think it was the right defensive end.
Probably so. I couldn't see it. I know that after the play was over, they showed Williams. Axel Raven is saying it was Derek. Here's gun straight again.
He should know. He used to play with him.
There's $90 slants again. I don't think $90 slants is going to do it, Eddie. There's another timeout burned by London. That's the final one. 106 left.
Chad is in the SFL YouTube chat saying, please, let's go 5 wide and give him another weapon out here to throw the ball to.
He said, I hate coaching. These type of games would do it to you. Here's your 5 wide you request, Eddie.
5 wide.
Look out for Say Green down to the bottom. I'm going to post down the middle to him. That pass is intercepted by Williams this time. And that's a tackle by Say Green. And that should wrap it up, everybody. 59 seconds left on the clock. Sioux Falls is going to come out of here with the W.
And just when you thought it was safe on the last fumble recovery, this time the pick definitely is your thanks for coming, good night, and drive home safely moment as London is out of timeouts and Sioux Falls is going to come out here in victory formation and reclaim the lead on the West Division.
Great game to both teams. This was an outstanding game to call, Eddie. Back and forth in the first half. Big plays. There's a kneel down victory formation.
Victory formation, Sioux Falls got off to a hot start, then kind of stuttered a bit, and looks like they're starting to pick up, right where they left off, putting up 36 points here in this game against London. Unfortunately for them, some untimely interceptions, but they gave up 36 points, but you got to credit the defense. Although the Sioux Falls they surrendered 36 points, they had their moments in which you can see the development in Chad growing as a defensive coordinator.
That should seal it right there. The Sioux Falls Sparrows come out victorious, and Eddie, like you stated, they're going to take the #1 spot in that division.
5-4 they're going to be at the conclusion of this game.
That's the final whistle from R62. That's going to be the end of the ball game. Great game to both teams, as we stated a little earlier. It's a post-game show. Stats and highlights. 401 yards for Johnny Pickler. Man, he's been having a productive season in the passing game, but the 6 turnovers.
6 turnovers. All of them wasn't on him, though. They did have a fumble in there as well.
Yeah.
But, wow, I mean, you put the ball up in the air that many times, and both good and bad things are gonna happen. You just gotta try to, get more positive than negative out of that. But credit goes out to both these teams. Sioux Falls, for coming out here and being down, but just continuing to fight and not giving up. They persevered through it all and came up with a victory here at home to send the fans home happy. But London should not be, getting down on themselves. They fought hard here on the road. Chad continues to do some things to impress me, particularly with his base defense. Keep your head high. Your offense got going, but some turnovers just kind of got away from you. And you get that shored up, and promising things are ahead for your future. But as for Sioux Falls, let's give them that credit. They came out here, put a game plan together. GP Wells didn't necessarily win it for them, but K. Marion and the rest of his offense picked them up, and they got the victory.
And I think this right here is when things start to turn around for Sioux Falls. That pick six gave them momentum. The Dirty Bird dance, the crowd got into it, and the team started to believe in themselves, and they was able to start putting, points on the board after that.
Yeah, Mike St. Green, the bell cow of that offense for London, 120 receiving yards, but outdone by Sioux Falls with K. Marion, 7 receptions, 142 yards. Got the ball around to a couple other pieces as well, but GP Wells had a quiet day, 16 carries, but for 101 yards. It didn't seem like he had that kind of a big of a day, but hey, he is a playmaker, and Sioux Falls showed why they moved up in the draft and stole him away from a team who should not be named.
You funny.
I thought that kick was blocked actually, but he actually got the ball off, and that ball barely stayed inside the left upright.
Yeah, I thought that kick was blocked as well. There's the fumble there by Ben Callier. I think, he's going to hear it from his receivers coach. There's another fumble there by Wells.
Yep.
One thing in this league, man, you can't do it. Let's put the ball on the ground.
Cannot put the ball on the ground. You're killing me, Petey.
You're killing me. Pick this ball up, and I want you to run a mile. Every step of it. How many steps in a mile? I don't know. What did he say? There's a Julian Tyree.
32 of 42 for 333 yards, 2 touchdowns. He did have the 2 interceptions, but they overcame it and found a way to win this ball game.
Tyree throwing for 42 attempts. That is something new. Hey, everybody. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Damon Seaman, and alongside me is my main man and good partner,
Arizona. I love y'all. Yo, I cannot begin to tell you guys how upset I am about today's loss. It is what it is. I got to take my lumps, bounce back, and try again next week. London is coming for us. We got to be ready. But, yo, I'm not giving up, y'all. I've come down from worse. I'm going to find a way to get us back there. I'm going to keep working, keep grinding. Jay, Will, everybody, my front office, my squad, thank y'all for being here. Thanks for coming, everybody. Good night, and drive home safely.
Thank you to the guys in the booth, Mark Lopez and Paul Stewart, for all the work they've done for us tonight. See you when we see you. Peace.